you already know, today is Tuesday afternoon, which means this is the not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but 6-man combo. As I am your host, the debonair 6-man K Styles. And as you already know, we have the great one, man.
Sipping on the scissor. Sipping on some scissor.
Know what? Boy, I'm about to say with that green screen, boy, that shit look like some old graffiti art.
Oh, I know. Man.
As y'all know, we got. Hold on, let me do it right. As you already know, we got Bad Mike Sports, aka the Great One, aka the Mad Scientist. And today, before we kick it off, man, Mike, we always know we got them 3 special words we like to give them folks when we start the show. What are those 3 words?
Real, bro. I've been watching too much Harlem Nights.
Dashing through the night.
That's my movie. I love that movie.
As we come through, and we give you this real talk, but at the same time, y'all hearts and souls on a daily basis. K Styles, just now. And today's roll call gonna go to Terrell Sports and Gaming, Joseph Thornton, Bubble Gum, Pat Norris. We got the professor in the building, Noah. We got Brian Peoples, YMOF Jamal. We got Low Ski, Miss Maggie T. Y'all make sure y'all show her some love as well as Atlanta Falcon Nation. You already know what it is. We got Raymond Elder, ATL Leo, Reggie C2K, Old Chicken Hauler, Melvin Emery, Cool Breeze. We got ATM. We got the young gunner ATM in the building with Jack Savage and D. Coleman. Hey, what's up, Dreddy? So, in today's show, we're going to be talking a little Atlanta Falcons training camp, and as we getting ready for training camp, and we're going to pick up where Mad Mike Sports left off at in his rant about the media and its damn hypocrisy. So, people, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's get this started. 3, 2. All right, now let's go ahead and get this thing cracking over here, man. So, Mike, Atlanta Falcons training camp is coming up here at the end of the month. As you already know, this is that time of the year where everybody is getting anxious for NFL football season, and it's damn near coming near. It's been, let me see. It's been 6 months.
Long time, bro.
Right. So y'all kind of hear us talk about training camp battles and stuff throughout this whole time, and we're just gonna reiterate on some more of them because as we've already heard the news about certain players that may not be guaranteed roster spots, i.e. Alden Tate, Demir Baird, names like that, man. So, Mike, why don't you go ahead and bless us with your take on what is your expectations of this training camp, and who is the guy that you think is going to be the standout guy, that should be the standout guy? Oh yeah. Also, make sure y'all drink. Oh yeah, y'all make sure y'all drink y'all water and H2O out here. Still hot motherfucker out here.
A legendary group used to say these words. To the left, to the left, to the left, to the left.
Well,
that's where I'm going with this.
Well, the way Beyonce's ego is, she is a damn group by her damn self. Her the 40 pack, her the 40 packs of the hair and the neck snapping is all the group she needs.
But go ahead, Mike. To the left, to the left. I'm gonna go to the left with this. I think everybody is so focused on again. We so focused on what Grady Jarrett is doing. I can't believe this guy's still going unnoticed. I mean, we should know by now what he's all about. Like I seriously can't believe that nobody's talking about him. So I guess the great one has to bring it out once again, because some people just seem to forget that he's an excellent player.
Who?
Well, you can kind of look to my side and see, you can get an idea of what I'm talking about. Look to my side.
Let me make a guess on who
you're talking idea. About. Who am I talking about?
Let me make a guess. Does he play on defense?
Yes, sir.
Is he one of the young players in the game?
Oh, yes.
Did he have one of the better seasons?
Absolutely.
Of any guy on the defense this past season? The new face of the franchise?
You're close. You're close. Well, in my opinion, he's a franchise face. In my opinion, he's the face of the franchise. This is just my personal opinion.
That's why I'm looking at. You see why I pointed right here. I said, are we talking about AJ Terrell?
I don't know why people are not I don't know why people are not paying attention to it. I'm blown away by the lack of interest in this guy. Do I have to bring this back up? Look, do I have to bring this back up again? Do I have to bring up the fact that he literally had 18 sacks? Do I have to bring up the fact that he led the league in damn near every statistical category for a cornerback? Do I have to bring up the fact that he played against elite talent and shut him down? With nothing in front of him. That's not meant to disrespect the defense, the defensive line. But nothing. This guy had nothing. And no one cares that he is the best corner in the league. A lot of people like to say, all right, well, Jalen Ramsey and all the other guys are better than him. But all those guys have exactly what they need in front of them to be successful. They have everything they need. They got a pass rush. They got great linebackers. They got pretty good linebackers. One of them, we have the best defensive lineman in the league. he probably the best linebacker of all defensive linemen in the history of the NFL. But he somehow, Jalen Ramsey is the best in the league. Somehow they still see him as the best. Terrell don't have none of that. He has a defense that gave up 2,200 yards rushing. He has a defense that gave up a grand total of 18 total sacks. But everybody keep telling me about what everybody else's potential. I don't give a flying fuck what his potential is. I know what I saw, and Terrell and everybody that lined up against him didn't do diddly squat. So at the end of the day, I don't know how Terrell just keeps flying under everybody's radar. So I'm gonna hand it off to you because I know you like flying under the radar. So K-Styles, you look. Let me do one of them softball underhand pitches for you.
Okay. Let's see if I can try to hit this thing out the park. Okay. So you say AJ Terrell. I'm once again, Mike. We are eye to eye on this. To let y'all know, just letting y'all know. None of this shit is rehearsed. We didn't even know what the hell what one was gonna say.
Nothing.
But like you said, why AJ Terrell flies under the radar is plain and simple, man. It's not flashy. He like when you look at AJ Terrell, if you look at his footage, you look at his game, it's the product of him playing his position well. It doesn't stand out. Like you said, quarterbacks don't really throw to his side of the field like that. People, because we gotta remember, this is a different NFL now than what it used to be when it was a Deion Sanders, when it was, hell, you can even go Darrelle Revis and stuff like that, where stats are more important than intangibles. This is the new NFL fan. Stats are more important than intangibles. And what AJ Terrell displays is a lot of the intangibles that this team needed in its secondary piece, especially after coming from a Desmond Trufant who had some type of intangibles, but the problem was he couldn't stay healthy. When you look at AJ Terrell, you look at a guy who's not afraid to tackle, not afraid to be in the supporting in the run game. Like you said, the dude gave up in grand total of this past season about 350 yards. When targeted. I mean, like I said,
just think about
now,
that for a second. Just let it think about that for a second.
So, like I said, and I think what the aspect of it is, and I'm trying to go mindset for mindset with how certain people think about it is, it's kind of what we've been saying about certain players. We want to see it on a consistent basis. So when you looking at it, like, okay, AJ Terrell had this outstanding year. Let's see if he can do it again. But you made an excellent point here too as well. We cannot ignore 18 sacks. We cannot ignore 2,200 yards running the ball. Those are two very critical. See, there you go. I can't use the word critical. I can't see. Those are two crucial stat lines that you have to look at when, as far as evaluating what a lot of these secondary players go through. AJ Terrell had 3 interceptions. That's not bad when you're not targeted. You're targeted less than 60 times in the whole entire season. It's 17 games.
Mm-hmm.
It is 17 games. So I agree with you on that. But I'm gonna throw another name in there for you too that I'm going to be looking that will stand out. And this is kind of a player that we're not really talking about as well. We're not really giving shine to because he's got to prove something, but he has an opportunity to do so. Who am I talking about? He's on that same defensive line. Taquan Graham. He has an opportunity to showcase some shit that this team needs. The book is still out. Yeah, the book is still out on Marlon Davidson. So that's why I say Taquan Graham has a great opportunity here. What do we know about Taquan Graham? He's good against the run. But can he translate that into a more of a balanced arsenal to play with? Noah said he thought I was gonna say Ogundeji. Like I said, everybody know how I feel about Ogundeji. Like I said, I gotta give other guys some shine here too. Ogundeji gonna shock a lot of people this year. I'm gonna say that. But Taquan Graham definitely has an opportunity. So
one more game that one more player that I got to give some light to. And I've said this previously. Everybody's just already counting out Caleb McGarry. Just counting them out. Now we have an offense that's going to be a more of a balanced offense because we have more weapons. That's one thing. But Caleb McGarry is a guy that I like. I really believe that the offensive line, we have yet to see the best out of those guys. We haven't had the opportunity to showcase what they do best, and that's run block. These are physical guys. We had no running game. Caleb McGarry goes about 6. If you guys have been following him on Instagram, the dude is he's a big ass dude, man. Now he's in shape. And now we got the opportunity to run the ball. Falcons are going to run the ball much better than what they did last year. Why? Because you got 2 quarterbacks that can move now. So the running game is going to be better. That's a fact, okay? The offense is going to run a lot more smoothly than it did last year. Why? Because guys are in their second year in this offense. Why is nobody talking about that? Nobody's talking about the fact that Caleb McGarry and these offensive linemen are just going to be much better. They understand how they're going to be used. And this is one of the most underrated aspects of being just a player. But their offensive linemen got to know what the hell they're doing. They got to know from game to game if you're going to be throwing the ball 50 times or running the ball 50 times. They need to know so they can plan their workouts as well. Coach, are we going to be focused on passing the ball this year, or we're going to be running the ball and having a balanced attack? Because I need to be working on my footwork. I need to be working on my strength in a running game. These are the things that a lot of people don't focus on when we talk about offensive linemen. And this is one of the reasons why we keep saying for years and years, make a goddamn choice. We gotta have a choice. Make a decision. I see your eyes. I'm preaching to you right now.
Hey, look. 4 simple words.
Yeah.
Run the damn bow.
That's what we be saying. Offensive linemen need to know if they're gonna be running the damn ball or not, or I'm gonna be going backwards 50 times a game.
Right. But Mike, I want to show. Can I show the people something right quick?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Can I show people something right quick? And this is going back to AJ Terrell. I think I showed this before, but we're gonna show it again. Hold on. I'm gonna take a page out of the professor book on this one. So shout out to Noah. So let me go ahead and show y'all a little something here. All right. As you see your boy, Mr. AJ Terrell, right? Can y'all see it on the screen? We good, Mike?
Yes, sir. I can see.
I want you to take a look at this real. We're looking at this line. This is what I'm most interested in.
Wow. I see something. Yep. That's exactly what I was. God damn, K-Sal. The hell you looking at?
Mm-hmm.
He looking at the same number that I was focusing on.
So you think about it, if you're targeted 86 times, giving up only 50% completion percentage. Hold on, let me do some mathematics right quick. I'm gonna do some mathematics. Get my calculator out. So we're gonna do 86 divided by. He missed a game, so 16 games. So he's been targeted on average of 5 times a game. Am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
417 yards. About 16. So if you're looking at this right here, on 3 interceptions, the average game for AJ Terrell for this past season was getting targeted 5 times, giving up an average of 26 yards a game.
So y'all want to say he's not the best again? Why? Why?
And then, like I said, here's the one thing, since we talk about Deion Jones and his 17 missed tackles. Here's a missed tackle percentage of 6.9. Just throw people out there as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's your motherfucking starting corner.
And like I said, Noah said, that's just 5. That's not 5 catches. That's just 5 targets.
5 targets. That's 5 targets. Now, if I do the other thing, giving up an average of 2 catches for 26 yards a game. Yeah. Now, are we expecting AJ Terrell? Now, if AJ, let me ask y'all a question. And before I ask y'all a question, y'all go ahead and make sure y'all hit that like button. We got 50 people right now. We need to be at least at 25 likes at this point in time. At least, I'm saying at least 30. So while we're doing that, we gotta have that, man. Because what y'all do is by doing that, y'all help us out getting this message out here. So while we doing that, we're gonna take a 3-second music break. I'm gonna give y'all this question. If AJ Terrell is able to replicate this past season for 2022, would it be a good idea for the Atlanta Falcons to try to lock him up before them corner contracts get out of hand? So while we doing that, let's go ahead and play the music for a few little seconds. So yeah, make sure y'all hear that question right. If AJ Terrell does have a season like that, is it time to look at AJ Terrell as a top corner in this league? And should he be compensated pay-wise with that? So right now we got one yes. We're looking for responses from the people. You give it a yes, you give a no, you give a maybe. Brown Peoples came in. So here you go. We got hell yeah. Brown Peoples here says, I'm resigning him in a heartbeat. Bubba Gump here said, for real. Make You Fumble here said, wouldn't say top corner, but he's the best on our team.
Tell me why. Tell me why.
Norman Fitzgerald here says, have a year like last year, then yes. ATM says, hell yeah. 420 War Game says something to smoke too. Hey man, we chilling over here, man. That's what we do over here. Yeah, man, we got a lot of people saying, yeah, I think we should resign him next year. Jack Savage says, no doubt. And Coach Unchained said, pay the man. All right.
Look, I get. Everybody always say, I wouldn't say the best, but he's damn good. But the guys that you say better than him have all these things that he doesn't have. What am I trying to say? It's like a Michael Jordan early in his career. The guy won Defensive Player of the Year and the scoring title all at once. Let me repeat what I just said. Defensive Player of the Year and scoring champ. What did I say? He didn't have the necessary pieces around him so he could focus on one particular aspect of his game. So, if Terrell doesn't have a defensive line that can consistently apply the necessary pressure to make sure that the quarterback isn't comfortable, that tells you that this guy is not only doing his job, but he's doing his job
He's doing somebody else's damn
longer
job
than the typical top corner. He doesn't have that. AJ Terrell has literally about 5 seconds to make sure that he shuts down his corner. Not only does he do that, but he does it the best in the league. But we got people that saying, I wouldn't say he's the best. Well, the best aren't even doing that. Let me repeat what I'm saying. The best aren't even putting up his numbers. But AJ Terrell isn't the best. Make it make sense. So if the best aren't doing that, why isn't he the best?
So let me ask you this question here then. Does this kind of go back to what I said initially that we put stats over intangibles?
Mm-hmm.
Is the interception numbers is really what is causing that doubt in him because he doesn't have the 6, 7 interceptions? Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
For certain people, mind, like you said, that's the theme of tonight. Stats over intangibles.
Mm-hmm. Because Noah said earlier today, early in the chat, that he's doing this in man coverage. So you can't say that, oh, it's because he's in zone, he's not giving up. No, he's doing this in man coverage. If you know anything about Dean P, he loves to put his corners in man coverage. Mm-hmm. He plays a lot of zone, but he will put his top corners in man coverage. He likes to do a lot of zone, man zone type of he like to shift from man to zone. So one side to be zone and the other side to be man. He like to flip those zones, kind of cloud in a way. So it has the appearance of them being playing man coverage, but AJ Terrell, he will travel, and this is why you have guys like AJ Terrell who can go into those zones. AJ will travel with the guy, but you have a slot corner who is so good, like Isaiah Oliver, who has that athleticism to flood the zone and make up for what that space has been occupied. So I know that sounds a little difficult, but he likes to have a lot of moving parts. And you have to understand in this defense, corners are going to be put in man. Corners are going to be asked to do a lot of difficult things. So, like at the end of the day, I said before, what makes Jair Alexander better than him? Experience? Because that's all I see. Because Jair didn't even put up numbers like this. In his entire career, he hasn't put up numbers like that. These are the things that I'm asking. Jair has had a top defensive line, a top defense in front of him. AJ Terrell ain't had none of that. But he's still putting up big time numbers. So what makes those guys better than AJ? Because if we're talking about experience, you can't say it's consistency because those guys have not put up those numbers. AJ Terrell has gotten better. Each year he's gotten better.
Wait a minute. Let me see something. Hold on. Let me go back to something. Yeah, go keep talking, Mike. I'm looking at something very interesting.
I'm good with that. My thing is like, again, what makes these? Everybody keeps saying that. Oh, I wouldn't say he's the best, but tell me why it's the best. Is it the interception? Is it because they play more zone or put more man? Is it because he gets more like? What is it? What is the reason? Why is the reason why you guys saying these corners are better than him? Because he's not benefiting from Aaron Donald in front of him. He doesn't. Let me say that. He doesn't benefit from a defensive line and a front seven that can consistently put pressure or even stop the run. He doesn't benefit from that. So if he doesn't benefit from that, how can you not say he is not the best corner? That's what I don't get. What's the reason? Why do you say AJ is not the best corner? That's what I want to know from everybody.
Hold on. Let me put something else up here too, just to show y'all. This is who we looking at now. What do you call him? What do you call him? Miss Thing. This is what we're gonna be looking at here. Now here we go. I want y'all to see the difference. 98 targets. 624 yards.
Yeah.
Everything is pretty much identical, but a little bit more yardage given up and one more interception.
One more interception, and that's the top corner in the league.
So let me ask you a question. Let me go ahead and stop the screen here. So let me ask you the question. Jalen Ramsey had 4 interceptions. That's not a lot of interceptions. So does that take him down a notch? Because the main thing we've heard was AJ Terrell. The reason AJ Terrell hasn't ascended because he ain't had enough interceptions this past season. Or AJ Terrell's season was a failure because he only had 3 interceptions. This is all I gotta have 4.
The best corner in the league, well, a lot of people would say is the best corner in the league. Only had 1 more interception.
Remember, the top leading interception guy gave up 1,000 yards by his motherfucking self. On average, almost 18 yards of reception. Hold on.
Nobody's telling us why. Everybody's saying, no, he's just top 3. Oh, no, he's top 5.
Nah,
why?
I can't zoom in anymore. I got all this stuff in the way. Can't zoom in too much more now.
Right.
Now, we're gonna throw one more in here. This is gonna be essentially the guy that everybody says is the best corner in the league. If you don't know who I'm talking about, we're talking about this guy.
Oh, God.
Now, we all looking at advanced stuff. They took 100 yards off of him, but still 907 is not good. He had a less completion. He had a better completion percentage given up than Jalen Ramsey. But look at the average completions, yards per completion. 17 yards of completion. Look at the missed tackle. It says we're gonna throw missed tackles back in the damn thing. Look at the missed. Look at the tackles and look at the quote unquote missed tackles.
Everybody says it's a critical part of, or a crucial part of.
But as you see, I got this highlighted in pink. This is the only stat for a corner that matters in today's league. Today's casual fan. This is the only stat that matters. What I got highlighted right here. Hold on. That's the only stat that matters. So, once again, do we put more emphasis on one aspect do we like and negate the rest of the thing? Does that go for everybody? No, it doesn't go for everybody. Everybody doesn't think that. But this is going to what we're about to go into right now. We're about to go into a whole nother, we're going to call this the main event of tonight's show. Media hypocrisy. This is going straight into that. And this is what Mike was talking about earlier. If you look at regular media, they will look at those 11 interceptions and say he was one of the top young corners in this league just on them interceptions alone. But will negate everything else you just saw.
Yeah.
The fact that he gave up 17 yards per completion. The fact that he misses tackles.
Hold up. Excuse me, but didn't J.C. Jackson play for the Patriots, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, J.C. Jackson was
the
Patriots.
Let me get something straight. Like, this is stuff that just don't make sense to me. So if the Patriots didn't want him, why is he the number one corner? I don't understand that narrative. Mm-hmm. Did they let him walk because they didn't want to pay him, or they let him walk because they didn't think he was as that valuable? Because they let Stephon Gilmore go because they didn't want to pay him. Mm-hmm. Mustaine got traded because his play went down after the defensive line in Jacksonville started to get hurt and break up. So they traded him. His play dramatically dipped in Jacksonville. He was not the same corner.
Right.
Like I said, all I want is somebody to, like, nobody has answered the question. Everybody keep tiptoeing and say, oh, no, he's the top 5. Why? That's all I want to know. Just why? Nobody has explained why. Right. They just say no. That's it.
Right. But the reason why we, like I said, the reason why we went this route as far as where we're going is if y'all didn't watch Mad Mike's rant earlier on Skip Bayless, goofy ass, this is where this is about to lead into. I looked at J.C. Jackson, like I said, like he's one of those guys that he's right around that as far as giving up yards. He doesn't give up a lot of yards like that and I'm looking at advanced stuff. I'm not looking at the basic shit. I'm looking at the advanced stuff. If you talk to these media companies like an ESPN, Fox Sports 1, these articles, the Dallas Stars, you even throw the AJC ass in. They would tell you Trevon Diggs is one of the top 2-3 corners in this league just on them interceptions alone. Let me ask you a question, Mike. And you kind of tipped on. Hold on, before I ask you a question, let me give my little 2 cents on this thing about this Skip Bayless Trae Young thing, where it's talking about it's detrimental to Trae. It shows. Well, go ahead. Well, I can't remember what he said. What he said, Mike? He was like, it's indicative to Trae Young that they ended up with Jonte Murray.
Yeah.
But he won't talk about his best player in the world joining a 73-9 Golden State team and winning 2 titles. Then left Golden State to go to Brooklyn and ain't did shit since.
and the guy that he worshipped and Russell Westbrook can't even buy a shot, even if he tried to shoot.
You're talking about this. You're talking
Yeah.
about we're literally talking about the same guy that thinks Dak Prescott is one of the top 2 quarterbacks in this league based on big time throws.
Whatever hell big time throws are.
So you bring in DeJounte Murray, who, if everybody remembers, Skip Bayless is a motherfucking Spurs fan.
Mm-hmm.
You got to remember that. And he called DeJounte Murray a bigger Trey Young. I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, he said a bigger, better Trey.
A bigger, better Trey. I don't know what crack he's smoking, but these two don't have the same skill set.
At all. At all.
Trey is offensive. DeJounte is defensive, mixed with a little offensive game, with improving offensive game. So you bring in another guy who has some upside that can help elevate Trey Young. So the fuck what? We done seen this thing go on in the NBA for motherfucking decades.
I mean, Michael needs Scotty. Scotty and Michael needed Rodman. Kobe needed Shaq. Kobe needed Paul Gasol and Lamar Odom. Like, we keep going on and on and on and on.
LeBron needed Chris Bosh. LeBron needed Dwayne Wade. LeBron needed Kevin Love. Like I said, Kevin Durant needed Steph. They needed Draymond and Clay. At the end of the day, the NBA game has changed to a point where the mindset of a lot of these players now is more so about, I want the best odds, the best chances of winning championships. That means if we have enough complementary pieces around us two, we can get it done. This is what today's NBA is. We talking about the same Kevin Durant. That while Kyrie was in and out, they went and got a James Harden. That went and got a Blake Griffin, LaMarcus Aldridge.
I mean, LA tried to make their own. The Clippers tried to create their own little super team there, and that didn't work.
Right.
Phoenix. Like Phoenix, they literally created a super team. And they still.
But we're talking about Trey Young and DeJounte Murray. You're not even talking about a DeJounte. DeJounte Murray is not even a superstar in this league.
He's a lower tier all-star, and I do not mean that in a disrespectful way. He's a lower tier all-star.
Right.
He's a Sharif Abdul-Rahim. If you guys remember that.
Which means he's an all-star, but he's on the verge of getting to the next level. But what his skill set does is it accentuates what Trey Young is. It's what they're trying to do is they're trying to have that Steph and Clay dynamic. Well, Steph can't play defense worth a damn. But how do you complement that? You get a wing guy. You get a backcourt mate that specializes in defense, or a guy that is a perimeter defender.
That's what Clay is. He didn't shoot worth a damn a lot. He wasn't consistent. He wasn't consistent in the playoffs, but he was consistent with that damn defense. Right.
So by him trying to, cause basically what y'all need to realize. Hey Mike, if you got that quote, you want to put it in here so we can look at this right quick. Cause I'm about to say that quote that Skip said, so we can put this on blast.
Let me
put it on blast. Because I'm gonna tell you something. And y'all need to pay attention to words sometimes. And from what he said, he took a shot at DeJounte Murray. That's the one thing nobody talks about. Because he said he's a bigger, better Trae Young. But you're going to call another player a bigger, better version of a player that you don't like? Make it make sense, people.
You got to make it make sense.
Because essentially,
that's my only issue.
Because essentially he called DeJounte Murray Trae Young. And we know how Skip feels about Trae Young. And then, like you said, Mike, Shannon Sharp, I love him too. That whole Julio thing, that whole LeBron, the whole LeBron talking point versus Jordan thing. Yeah, here you go. Is an indictment on Trae Young. So, if y'all pay attention to how this thing was worded, it was a compliment and a diss to DeJounte Murray. I may be reading into it a little too deep for some folks, but it's a double-edged sword. A bigger, better Trae Young. But by getting another good player, it's an indictment on Trae Young. But your best player in the world went to a 73-9 Golden State Warrior team that beat their ass in the playoffs the year before. That's all I got to say on that. That's all I'll say. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
You kind of said it. My thing is, like I said before, my issue isn't necessarily, whether or not these guys are trying to get the competitive edge. My issue is we got to keep that same, and not like I said, it's not just with the media; it's the fans out here. Y'all pick and choose who y'all want to be. Who size y'all want? These guys, everybody doing the same thing. But because you don't like this guy, you just say, "Oh no." Well, KD and LeBron and go ahead.
Y'all ain't gonna believe what I'm about to say here. This is exactly why the Georgia Bulldogs don't get no love in college football.
Oh gosh.
Think about it. This goes exactly to what we've been talking about. You picking and choosing a narrative based on regional bias.
Oh.
Before this past college football season, when Alabama and Clemson was winning all these national titles, because these are the only two damn schools that was winning national titles for some damn reason. You couldn't get none of these media platforms to shut the hell up about neither one of these two teams.
Yeah.
Georgia Bulldogs won the national title and nobody talked about it. Am I right? Am I right?
Look, motherfucker didn't even know. Look, you wouldn't even know that Bulldog even won the national championship. Like
outside of that,
I still got mine on. I still got mine on. So it's Bulldogs all day, bro.
Look, outside of the AJC, Bulldogs didn't get no love for their championship. And I'm a Georgia Tech fan, and I'm telling y'all this. Y'all remember that. I know ATM ass in here because he like to bug me about the shit all the time. Anyway, I'm a Georgia Tech fan, and I'm telling you this shit.
They're getting no love. People forgot they even the champs.
The Atlanta Braves got no love for their World Series championship. Hell, they got more media coverage about a damn tomahawk chop than they did their damn World Series championship, and this was after they won it. These the same networks. These the same media outlets.
And championships supposed to matter. That's what you guys say. If you ain't winning no championship, you ain't getting no love. So, well, we got the state of Georgia got 2 championships right now.
Well, technically, three. But the problem is, and this is where our city kind of plays a part in this too, because you don't count Atlanta United's championship because the average person doesn't watch soccer. But the problem is about it is the one championship that y'all say doesn't matter here in Atlanta.
Oh, it matters.
has a more worldwide appeal than the city of Atlanta. Just think about that for a second. Realize that Atlanta United was one of the top grossing soccer franchises in the world.
Yeah, world people. They making that bread. They're making that bread, bro.
World.
Just saying. This is what we talk about, like media bias and fan bias. If you don't give a fuck about that team, or you don't care about that person, or you don't like them, you don't want to show them you don't want to give them no love. This is exactly what we talking about.
So like you said, when we really talk about this media hypocrisy, is essentially what Mike just said. You want to stick to the narrative on who you like and who you don't like. They did 0-7. Yeah, shit. The only thing Undisputed talks is the 3 main topics they talk about is LeBron James, the Dallas Cowboys, and LeBron James. That's all they talk about. They'll throw the occasional social justice issue in there every now and then, but every time you see them, it's LeBron James, Dallas Cowboys.
Somebody got killed at the UFC. That's 1 or 2. There was a bloodbath at the UFC. Conor McGregor got arrested or something like that. That's
right. ESPN. Only thing they talk about. Oh yeah, ATM. Yeah, Tom Brady too. Yeah, you know they got to throw Tom Brady in there as well. ESPN. All they talk about is Dallas Cowboys, Pittsburgh Steelers, and feminist talking points, because we know Molly Quirm, for the love of God, she likes to throw every feminist damn talking point that nobody asked for. Just so she can fit
her, just to feel like she is a part of something.
Just to feel damn important. Nobody gives 2 shits. Well, yeah, you can throw the New York Knicks in there as well, because New York is the Mecca. It's fine. And like I said, I ain't got no issue with women's rights or nothing like that. But Molly, you gotta pick your spots. Don't throw it in every segment.
Well, we talking about the Dallas Cowboys. I don't want to hear about the damn cheerleaders, okay? Nobody asked to hear about the cheerleaders and them striking. I don't give a damn.
And that's the thing. And like I said, you have to moderate. Like I said, And like I said, I'm not talking as no expert here. I'm talking about as a fan watching the show or watching clips, whatever. That's what I said. And this is the problem with all Atlanta sports teams, period, whether it be the Falcons, the Hawks, the Braves, the Bulldogs, Yellow Jackets, Atlanta United. It's like, and like I said, and I think this is where the advantage of like platforms like Spotify and YouTube and Twitch and stuff like that, because Atlanta sports fans want to see people talk about Atlanta sports, Georgia sports. And if you ain't got no national media platform to do it, why the hell you think all their numbers has been tanking?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody in the South want to hear something. What Outkast said the source was, the South got something to say. And this is what the people want to hear. I think Tony Wright he gonna clip this shit. Like, I'm sorry. No, nobody. It like I said, it's the interjection at the wrong time that makes it worse. It's like they could be talking about such and such situation here, but then it all of a sudden now it's feminist talking points. Like, okay, this was not the right time to bring that up. We're talking about the Golden State Warriors winning the NBA title. What the hell does feminism have to do with this?
Right.
You got Stephen A. Smith. We already don't. I already don't want to go down that road because damn. The reason why he got Max Kellerman kicked off that damn shit because T.O. made his ass mad.
Max blacker than you. I mean, let me say this too. I mean, the reason why Kwame is so popular right now is because he got tired of Stephen A. talking shit about him.
Right.
That man was gonna live his life and not be bothered by nobody. He was minding his own business for damn near 15 years. But Stephen A. just kept picking on him.
Right. Right.
The hell with ESPN, man.
Is that exactly? So this is why we do what we do around here. This is why you have content creators like we all do, because y'all want to hear us talk this talk. Y'all want to hear us talk about your team. You don't want to be hoping for syndicated programs talking about the same one or two teams that have nothing to do with what you like. And Ojesh here made a big point. He said people discredit Atlanta United championship because it's not a Big Four league. I don't give a fuck. See.
Oh man.
But like I said, the issue, but like with Atlanta United and like I said, we got about a few more minutes, so I'm gonna just say like, see, with Atlanta United, the issue is in the public eye, soccer is not a big deal here in Atlanta. It's not a big deal in United States sports media. Only when the World Cup comes around, in which the United States is going to be in this upcoming World Cup, so I might end up covering a little bit of that myself. But that's a cheap plug. But when I tell you that the soccer culture here in Atlanta is major,
it's big time.
I seen before Atlanta United became a thing here. I seen it. The problem is most of that culture is not within city limits. It's all up north. It's up north, right? It's in this. It's like the top half of the city. It's like in that area. That's where it's real big in. That's where soccer real big in. Maybe a little bit parts down south as well.
All I know, they recruit heavily in my neighborhood, largely due to the fact we got uh, a large population of foreigners in my neighborhood. So like they recruit heavily in my neighborhood. So soccer is huge. All these kids around me, all they do is play soccer.
Boy.
Soccer. All day. All day, every day. And they'd be like 6 years old, sometimes younger than that, playing soccer. So soccer is huge, right?
But like I said, for a quote unquote sport that's not a big four sport here in the United States, is one of the most lucrative sports in the world.
Mm-hmm.
We just saw Cristiano. Let me give you an example.
Oh man, yeah.
Cristiano Ronaldo and his career right now is worth more than most of these football players combined. Let me say that for the people in the back. Cristiano Ronaldo, one of the top soccer players in the world, is worth more than the top earners in the NFL. Career earners in the NFL.
Man, they be wanting that man to kiss babies when he go to these soccer events and stuff. Man, they be that boy like Jesus to the soccer community.
Right. So for the simple fact that Atlanta United won the MLS Cup in 2018 in its second season was a game changer for this city. And we never gave it the credit that it deserved, because what it did was it brought eyes worldwide that makes people outside of Atlanta, outside of the United States, on average, like people from other countries, like from these soccer countries and stuff, they was looking at Atlanta as a soccer city more so than a football city.
Mm-hmm.
When you got an average of 60 to 70,000 people attending a home game every year since its inception in 2017, now Falcons could barely do 30,000.
But y'all talking about y'all run this city. Okay. Braves, if anything, the Braves fans run this city more so than the Falcons fans.
Mm-hmm. They put a hotel over at Sunchurch Park for a reason. They got a hotel out there, right there at the right there on the right field side of the game. So I want you to think about this as to why Atlanta was chosen to be a host city for the next World Cup. Because the Benz is not the Falcons Stadium, it's Atlanta United Stadium. The Falcons just play in it.
Mm-hmm. Just saying.
So, Mike, you want to go ahead? We're gonna go ahead and wind it down, man. You got an extra couple words you want to give the people?
Not really. Just keep that same energy, man. Like we gotta. At the end of the day, Don't try to make an excuse because you like that guy. Can't make excuses because we like whoever. Gotta call a spade a spade. It's a lot of people that don't like giving up the fact that they player is no longer playing with this team. But I'm talking about a lot of Matt Ryan fans. Got to get over the fact that he's gone. Got to get over the fact that it got to come to an end. And sometimes it doesn't go down the way that you want as a fan. Everybody keep talking about what we hoped would go down, how it would go down with Matt Ryan and him, having his long drawn off. Like maybe Matt Ryan didn't want that. Did we ever think about that shit? Maybe he didn't want to just, wait 2-3 years to see what would happen. He just decided, like, look, this is how we're going to do it. They all sat down and say, all right, this is how it's going to go down. We keep thinking about, if Arthur wouldn't have done this and he wouldn't have went out and tried to get Deshaun, man, we would still have. No. These guys knew what they wanted, and at the end of the day, they knew what was best for them. That man got his ass kicked for 14 years here. You get tired of saying getting your ass kicked, okay? Sometimes just like, look, you got to go out like Muhammad Ali, getting your ass beat the fuck. I'm beat down. He got beat down. I love to see Muhammad Ali in his heyday, but he got his ass whooped in his latter years. I didn't want to see that with Matt Ryan. So at the end of the day, if that's how Matt Ryan had to go down, so be it. I would much rather him go out the way he want to go out than see his ass get destroyed week after week after week. We got to see moments during the game where he bleeding and shit. Like, I don't want to see that. Like, he barely putting him. I don't know if people even looked at his last few years. Matt Ryan was getting off that ground slower and slower. Just saying.
Hey, man. But let's go ahead and hold on. Let me do this right. If it's gonna play. So once again, we appreciate everybody tuning in to the 6-Man Convo. We appreciate all 60 to 70 people that tuned in to us tonight. If you haven't subscribed to 6-Man K-Styles, why don't you go ahead and leave a subscribe button for your boy as we on the road to 1K, man. We are 66 away. Let's get 66 for the 6-man, bro. You see how that work well?
66 for the 6-man.
So, until next time, people, make sure you tune in tomorrow because we got heavy hitters Wednesday, as you already know. So be on the lookout for that as well. Now, as your man 6-Man K-Styles coming through on the 1s and 2s here, what do we tell him, Mike? We ain't here to play.
No.
We here to stay.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't got to go home.
Fuck up out of here.
And if you don't like that, we got some special words for you.
And if you two don't like it, you can just pass the blunt to the nigga on your left.
Deuces.
Dirty Bird Thursdays.
Yeah.